Hey there, this is Jacob Wood with Elliman Real Estate, and I have for you here the contract signed report for May 2020 from Douglas Elliman and Miller Samuel. Now, the purpose of these reports has been to gauge the effect the quarantine has had on the New York City real estate market over the past few months, and to the extent that we're able, gauge the effect the repercussions are likely to have on the market going forward. Seeing as how May was the last month we spent under a quarantine, I think we'll get the most illustrative look yet on the effects that it's likely to have coming out of all this. Now, the first number I pay attention to when I look at these reports is the median sales price for cooperative apartments. And we see that it's about 9% lower in May than it was a year ago. Now, if you own a co-op in Manhattan, it's not as if your apartment is worth 9% less now than it was 13 months ago. It's that what we saw throughout the quarantine was a coalescence of activity around the lower price points. And we see that further borne out looking at the price range of sales. We see that homes priced just between $500,000 and $1 million comprise over half of all market activity in May versus 38% a year ago, and that homes priced between $2 and $3 million comprised only 2% of the market activity in May versus 11% a year ago. And when you think about the bedroom sizes at those price points, it makes sense. Your six-figure homes tend to be your one-bedrooms. Those buyers are buying because of an impending event. They're buying because they're moving in together, they're getting married, they're growing a family, it sounds like a plant, they're growing a family, they're just started a new job. They're buying quarantine or no. Whereas the 3 and 4 bedroom homes, which tend to be what you have between 2 and 3 million, are buyers who are upsizing. They at least feel like they have the luxury to try and time the market. And so they were still on the sidelines in May. Looking at days on market, we see that it took much longer to sell homes in May than it did a year ago. And that, of course, makes a lot of sense as well. I personally experienced it. When I listed a home for sale in mid-February, a month later I had shown it to over 50 buyers with multiple offers and a contract out. Shortly thereafter, we were under quarantine. My accepted offer flew away and I wasn't allowed to show the home in person anymore. 3 months later, I had generated multiple new offers through virtual showings, had a new contract out, but that home sat on the market for 3 months longer than it would have under normal circumstances. And it looks like I wasn't the only one with that experience. Looking in Brooklyn, we see that negotiability in Brooklyn during a worldwide pandemic is about the same as what it is in a healthy Manhattan market, and that it takes about the same number of days to sell a home in Brooklyn when you're not allowed to show it in person as it does in a normal Manhattan market. So Brooklyn continues to be the resilient, tight market that it has been over the past 5 years. Looking at buyer behavior in May, we recall that in April, condo buyers were especially aggressive, making offers on average 10% below asking prices. They tended to be disappointed. We just didn't see those sorts of discounts during the quarantine, and they behaved much better in May, making offers more in line with the long-term 6% negotiability of the Manhattan market. Looking at our sneak peek for June, we see that 657 new homes have come on the market month to date, and that only 471 homes were listed in May. So sellers are more confident this month than they were last in bringing their homes on the market. Buyers signed 175 purchase contracts month to date, so a pace of over 200 for June, and a total of 163 contracts were signed in May. So buyers were also more confident in signing purchase contracts this month than last. Now, if you like this information on what your home is worth in the new market, or what the home you're specifically interested in purchasing, or at least looking at, is worth in the new market, feel free to reach me on my cell anytime, 917-232-0803. This is Jacob Wood with Elliman Real Estate.